Well, Algebra 1B students, we're looking at 4-6 practice from Fry today. And I want to walk you through the odd ones just to help you out a little bit. For this first section, identify the domain and range of each relation. Remember, domain is going to be the x values. Range is going to be the y values. Using a mapping diagram or a table to determine, I'll do both, whether each relation is a function. So the domain, here I'm just listing all the x values, 3, 5, 7, 8, 3, 5, 7, 8. The first ones are the x's. Range 6, 7, and 9. 6, 7, 7 again, and 9. We don't have to repeat. You don't have to, if it's, once you write 7 down once, you don't have to. I also have it in a mapping diagram. 3 goes with 6, the 5 goes with the 7 goes with the 7 also, 8 goes with the 9. Yes, this would be a function. If we had a repeater over here in the x range, it would not be a function. You can't have the same domain or the same x value going to two different ranges. But you could have two different domains or range, x values going to the same range. So yes, that would be a function. Vertical line test for number 3 and for 4. Vertical line, just you put a vertical line, and if you're just hitting one point on a line or on a function, yes, it's a function then. If you're hitting more, like if there's another dot down here and it hit this one and that one, vertical line test would tell you no. Same thing here. If you do 4, any vertical line that you put on here, it's only hitting one point. It gets close, as it starts to get steep, but it's only if it would be like here and here, like a straight up and down line, that would be not a function, okay? So number 4, yes, it is a function because vertical line test, it passes the vertical line test, it only passes through at one point in each section. For number 5, the function w of x equals 60x. Remember, w of x is the same as f of x. They could use any letter. It's a function, or it's actually y, equals 60x. Represent the number of words, wx, you can type in x minutes. Okay, so that would be y equals 60 times x. How many words can you type in 9 minutes? Well, you put in a 9 for your x value, and 60 times 9 is 550 words. Hopefully you're pausing this as we go through, because I'm just kind of running through it quickly. Find the range of each function for the given domain. Remember, range is the f of x, or the y in other words. And all I did was I plugged in my -2 for each, I plugged in -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Each time I put it into this function. So in other words, you could put it on your calculator like this. Just type it in. And I'm going to put in parentheses. No, I'm going to put -3 first, -3. And then in parentheses, I'm going to put my -2. I'm going to put my x values. I'm given that domain, that's my x values, plus -3, -2, there we go, plus 2. Okay, so you'll see my x value is always going to be in the parentheses. So I just hit equals, and I got an 8. So my 8, I went from least to greatest, and you'll see my answers listed there. I go back and I change that to I just go back and change it to a -1. Saves you some typing. Just go change what's in parentheses, and then I have my 5. That's how I got my 5. And so on and so forth. I put in 0, I put in 1, I put in 2, and I end up getting these answers. So that would be my range, my f of x, or my y. For number 9, find a reasonable domain and range for each function, and then graph a function. A high school is having a pancake breakfast fundraiser. Sounds delicious. they have 3 packages of pancake mix that each feed 90 people. The function, or N of P, number of packages equals 90, fills 90 people. That would be your Y equals the 90P, 90 times the number of packages. Represents the, or 90, and the number of people. Well, actually, that would be the number of packages. Sorry. Well, anyways, it's Y equals, or N of P equals, or the range. That's why I changed N of P to range, or Y, is going to equal 90P, represents the number of people, N of P, this is the number of people, that P packages, the number of packages of pancake mix feed. Okay, now that we got that ironed out, I just substitute in the 3 for the P, number of packages, P is packages, and that equals 270. So the N of P, or the range, or the Y, is 270. The number of people, N of P is 270. So I graphed it. 0 packages is going to feed 0 people, and 3 packages is going to feed 270 people. So just made a real basic graph like that. So the domain would be, so all the x values, is going to be, the x is going to be, this shaded area is in between the 0 and 3. So it's greater than 3, the x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 3. And then the range starts at 0 and goes up to 270. So it's anything in between 0 and 270. All right. And then lastly, number 11, reasoning if f of x equals x squared minus 3 and f of a equals 46, what is the value of a? You just set these two equal to each other. So I have 46 equals the a squared. Instead of x squared, I have a squared minus 3. I add 3 to both sides, so I get 49 equals a squared. I take the square root. Square root of 49 is 7. Square root of a squared is a. So 7 equals a. Now notice, when I did that, and I'm taking the square roots, square root of 49, the a actually, could be a negative 7 also, because when you take the square root of a squared, if you take the square root of it, it could be a negative number. So that is inside there. So like, in other words, negative 7 times negative 7 could give you 49 also. So it's, it could equal 7 or negative 7. All right. So hopefully this helps, and good luck with this assignment.